add fractions with different denominators. So we have a number of fractions here that we are to add. 1/2 and 2/4, 1/3 and 3/9, 1/4 and 2/8, and so on and so forth. And notice that all these fractions have different denominators. So this is 2 and this is 4, this is 3 and this is 9, this is 4 and this is 8. And addition of fractions with different denominators can be a bit tricky, but there are a number of methods that you can use to add fractions. And I have made a video in past to show you at least 2 different ways, and today I want to show you a traditional method, a more frequently used method that will help you in most cases. And this method requires that you have exactly the same denominators before you can add them. So we have to do something to these 2 fractions to make denominators same before we can add them. So this one, for example, 1/2 plus 2/4. So if for this particular case, if I were to use my preferred way, I will simplify this fraction. 2 times 1 is 2 and 2 times 2 is 4. The denominators are now same, and this fraction, these 2 fractions can now be added. But I just want to show you a more frequently used method which requires that you multiply this number by this number and this number by this number, and that will make denominators same. So we have to multiply 2 by 4 and 4 by 2. So 2 has to be multiplied by this denominator, and this 4 has to be multiplied by this denominator, and that will make denominator same. But before we go any further, so we have to make sure that whatever we do to the denominator, we do exactly the same to the numerator as well. So we have to multiply this 1 by 4 and this 2 by 2, because that's what we did to the denominator on this side, and that's what we did to the denominator on this side. So 4 times 1 is 4 and 4 times 2 is 8, and plus, which is this sign here, 2 times 2 is 4 and 4 times 2 is 8. The denominators are exactly the same now, and these 2 fractions can be added. So 8 once only, denominator once only, 4 plus 4 is equal to 8 over 8, and this fraction can be simplified. 8 times 1 is 8 and 8 times 1 is 8. So the sum of these 2 fractions is 1 over 1 or 1 whole. So sum of these 2 fractions is 1 over 1 or 1 whole. Next one, 1 over 3 plus 3 over 9. We have to multiply this number by this one and this number by this one, which means we have to multiply 3 by 9 and 9 by 3. And because we multiply this denominator by 9, we have to multiply this numerator by 9 as well, and we have to multiply this 3 by 3, because that's what we did to the denominator on this side. So 9 times 1 is 9 and 9 times 3 is 27, plus sign 3 times 3 is 9 and 9 times 3 is 27. The denominators are same now. These 2 fractions can be added. 27 once only, 9 plus 9 is equal to 18 over 27. 9 times 2 is 18 and 9 times 3 is 27. So sum of these 2 fractions is 2 over 3. The next one, 1 over 4 plus 2 over 8. So multiply this number by this one and this number by this one to make denominators same. So 4 times 8 and 8 times 4, 1 times 8 and 2 times 4. So 8 times 1 is 8, 8 times 4 is 32, plus sign, which is this one, 2 times 4 is 8 and 8 times 4 is 32. So the denominators are same now. We can add these 2 fractions. 32 once only, 8 plus 8 is 16 over 32. 16 times 1 is 16 and 16 times 2 is 32. 1 over 2 or half. So sum of these 2 fractions is 1 over 2. The next one, 1/5 plus 2/10, 1 over 5 plus 2 over 10. Multiply this number by this one and this number by this one. So we'll multiply 5 by 10 and 10 by 5. We'll multiply 1 by 10 and 2 by 5. 10 times 1 is 10 and 10 times 5 is 50, plus 2 times 5 is 10 and 10 times 5 is 50. So we'll write denominator once only, 50, and 10 plus 10 is equal to 20 over 50. 10 times 2 is 20 and 10 times 5 is 50. So the sum of these two fractions is 2 over 5. Okay, so this is 2 over 5. The next one, 1/3 plus 2/4. 1/3 plus 2/4. Multiply this by 4 and multiply this by 3. Multiply this by 4 and multiply this by 3. 4 times 1 is 4 and 4 times 3 is 12. 2 times 3 is 6 and 4 times 3 is 12. The denominators are same now. 12. 4 plus 6 is 10 over 12. 2 times 5 is 10 and 2 times 6 is 12. So sum of these two fractions is 5 over 6. The next one, 2 over 3 plus 1 over 6. We'll multiply this one by 6 and this one by 3. 2 multiplied by 6 and 1 multiplied by 3. 6 times 2 is 12 and 6 times 3 is 18, plus 1 times 3 is 3 and 6 times 3 is 18. So we'll add these fractions. 18 once only. 12 plus 3 is 15 over 18. 3 times 5 is 15 and 3 times 6 is 18. So 5 over 6. So sum of these two fractions is 5 over 6 again. 2 over 6 plus 1 over 4. 6 multiplied by 4 and 4 multiplied by 6. 2 multiplied by 4 and 1 multiplied by 6. 4 times 2 is 8 and 4 times 6 is 24, plus 1 times 6 is 6 and 4 times 6 is 24. Denominators are same, so 24 once only. 8 plus 6 is 14 over 24. 2 times 7 is 14 and 2 times 12 is 24. So 7 over 12 is the sum of these two fractions. 7 over 12. The next one, 2 over 6 plus 1 over 7, this one here. So 7 times 6 times 7 and 7 times 6 and 2 times 7 and 1 times 6. So 7 times 2 is 14 and 7 times 6 is 42, plus 1 times 6 is 6 and 7 times 6 is 42. The denominators are same now. We can add these two fractions. So 42, 14 plus 6 is 20 over 42. 2 times 10 is 20 and 2 times 21 is 42. So sum of these two fractions is 10 over 21. The next one, 2 over 7 plus 1 over 8. This has to be multiplied by 8 and this by 7. 2 times 8 and 1 times 7. 8 times 2 is 16 and 8 times 7 is 56, plus 1 times 7 is 7 and 8 times 7 is 56. The denominators are same, 56 once only. 16 plus 7 is 23 over 56, and that is the simplest form. It cannot be simplified any further. So sum of these two fractions is 23 over 56. 23 over 56. 1/5 plus 2/10. So this is exactly the same as this one. this is exactly the same as this one, and this is exactly the same as this one. So you can try this, and thank you very much.